Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we kind of, take a deep dive into all those rabbit holes of information you've given us. This time, we're going to be tackling something that is both super iconic, I mean, everybody knows it,
Yeah.
but also shrouded in mystery.
Right.
The Mona Lisa.
Of course.
And more specifically, the conspiracy theories that kind of swirl around her, like, I don't know, like a really expensive fog machine.
Well, what's so fascinating about the Mona Lisa, right, is that she's not just a painting.
Right.
She's a whole cultural phenomenon,
Yeah.
a magnet for all this speculation and these conspiracy theories.
Okay, so let's just set the stage here for a second.
Sure.
I mean, everybody knows the Mona Lisa, right?
Right.
That subtle smile, the knowing gaze,
Yeah.
painted by Leonardo da Vinci,
Of course.
probably between 1503 and 1517,
Uh-huh.
likely depicting Elisa Gherardini,
Right.
wife of a Florentine merchant. But even those basic facts, like, people debate those too.
Right. And that's where all the intrigue starts, right?
Yeah.
So Da Vinci used this technique called fumato,
Okay.
and it basically softens the transitions between colors, and it creates this hazy, almost dreamlike effect.
Okay.
So it's kind of like she's both there and not there
Yeah.
at the same time.
I was going to say, it's like those blurry photos where you're not sure if there's, like, a ghost in the background.
Right.
Or if your camera just needs, like, a serious upgrade.
Exactly. And that ambiguity, that
Yeah.
just feeds right into all those conspiracy theories.
Right.
Because we humans, we're wired to find patterns, like we're always seeking meaning, even where there might not be any.
So the Mona Lisa, with her mysterious smile and that sfumato haze, it's like a giant Rorschach test
Precisely.
for art historians and conspiracy buffs alike.
And then, of course, you can't forget about the 1911 theft.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, someone literally walked out of the Louvre
I know.
with the Mona Lisa under their coat.
Crazy.
It was a global sensation,
Yeah.
And when it was recovered 2 years later, I mean, the painting's fame, the mystique, I mean, it just exploded.
It's like the ultimate Where's Waldo,
Yeah.
but with a priceless masterpiece.
Right.
And that event, I mean, talk about adding fuel to the conspiracy fire, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Of suddenly anything was possible.
Yeah.
Maybe the recovered painting is a fake. Maybe the thief was part of some secret society. Maybe aliens were involved.
Well, the thief definitely played a role in amplifying the intrigue surrounding the Mona Lisa, right? I mean, she became this symbol of mystery,
right?
Of lost and found treasure.
Yeah.
And it just made all those conspiracy theories even more tantalizing.
Right. So let's break down some of these theories then.
Okay.
I mean, we've got a whole buffet of speculation here.
Yeah.
Hidden messages, alternate identities, claims of forgery,
Right.
theft, links to secret societies,
Of course.
and of course the ever-popular alien angle.
It's a fascinating spectrum of ideas, really.
Yeah.
And each one kind of taps into different aspects of our collective psyche,
Oh, yeah.
Like our fascination with the unknown,
Right.
our desire for hidden truths, our need to make sense of the world.
Let's start with the hidden messages.
Okay.
People claim that there are secret codes, numbers, even tiny faces embedded in the painting. It's like Da Vinci was playing a centuries-long game of I Spy
Right.
with future generations.
So this idea connects directly to pareidolia, right?
Okay.
It's that human tendency to perceive patterns in random or vague stimuli.
Okay.
So we see faces in clouds, right?
Uh-huh.
We see animals in rock formations.
Yeah.
And potentially we see these hidden messages in brushstrokes.
So when people claim that they see, like, let's say, a tiny alien face
Right.
hidden in the Mona Lisa's hair,
Yeah.
it might not be an alien message. It's just their brains trying to make sense of the swirls of paint.
That's one way to look at it.
Interesting.
And remember, Da Vinci's fumato technique,
Yeah.
soft edges and blurry transitions, might actually make pareidolia even more likely.
Oh, wow.
It's like our brains are trying to fill in those missing details.
Right.
And sometimes we see things that aren't really there.
That's really interesting. It's like the painting itself is playing tricks on our perception.
Right.
But what about those who say that there are deliberate symbolic messages in the painting? Couldn't Da Vinci have been intentionally playing with our perceptions? Like using symbolism to convey some hidden meaning?
I mean, that's certainly a possibility.
Right.
I mean, Da Vinci was known for his interest in symbolism
Yeah.
and allegory.
Right.
But the question becomes, like, can we definitively decode those symbols and arrive at a clear intended meaning?
Yeah.
Or are we simply just projecting our own interpretations onto the canvas?
Right. Like trying to translate a language where we only know a few words and we're not even sure if we have the right dictionary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating puzzle, and there's really no easy solution.
Right.
I mean, we have to weigh the possibility of intentional symbolism against the likelihood of subjective interpretation.
Yeah.
And that's where things get really tricky.
Okay, let's move on to another intriguing category here.
Oh, right?
Alternate identities.
Okay.
So, could the Mona Lisa be someone other than Lisa Gherardini?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some say it's Da Vinci himself in drag.
Right.
Others claim it's his mother.
Yeah.
Or even a mythical figure.
I mean, these theories, they're fueled by a combination of factors, right?
Okay.
You have the ambiguity of the Mona Lisa's features, the lack of conclusive historical documentation, and our desire to see something more, something unexpected in this iconic image.
So it's like we're trying to fill in the gaps in the historical record with our own imaginative scenarios.
In a way, yes. I mean, these theories, they often rely on visual comparisons, like, pointing out similarities between Mona Lisa's nose and Da Vinci's nose.
Right.
Or suggesting that the painting's composition reflects certain symbolic themes associated with specific individuals.
But wouldn't there be some historical evidence to support these claims?
You would think so.
Right.
I mean, like letters, diaries, something that suggests Da Vinci was painting someone other than Lisa Gherardini.
Right, yeah.
But the historical record is frustratingly incomplete.
Oh, okay.
We have some contemporary accounts that mention the Mona Lisa, but they're vague.
Right.
And they don't offer conclusive proof of the sitter's identity.
So it's like trying to solve a murder mystery without a body.
Exactly.
We have clues, but they're scattered and open to interpretation.
And that's what makes these alternate identity theories so compelling. They invite us to become detectives.
Yeah.
To piece together the fragments of evidence and construct our own narratives.
All right, so we've got hidden messages, alternate identities, and I know there's a lot more to unpack here, but we are running out of time for this part of the dive.
Well, don't worry. We've only just scratched the surface. We'll be back soon to explore those claims of forgery, delve into the world of secret societies.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, we'll even tackle those alien theories.
Stay tuned, folks. The Mona Lisa's secrets are waiting to be revealed.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We're still submerged in the world of Mona Lisa conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Exploring those ideas that some might call crazies, while others see as hidden truths.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing how a single painting can spark so much debate, so much speculation.
It really does.
It really speaks to the power of art to just capture our imaginations and make us question what we think we know.
Absolutely. And today we're going even deeper, diving into those theories that link the Mona Lisa to secret societies.
Ooh.
And even brace yourselves.
All right.
Extraterrestrials.
Okay. Secret societies.
Yeah.
That's where we get into like Da Vinci Code territory, right? Secret orders, hidden symbols, ancient knowledge passed down through the ages. It's all very cloak and dagger.
Well, the idea that Da Vinci might have been a member of a secret society, like the Priory of Sion.
Yeah.
And that he embedded secret messages in his works.
Right.
I mean, that's a popular theme in a lot of these conspiracy theories.
The Mona Lisa is like a coded message for those in the know.
Exactly.
A treasure map leading to some lost artifact or hidden truth.
Some theorists claim that the painting's composition, the positioning of the hand, even the landscape in the background, they say all of that holds symbolic significance.
Okay.
They point to specific details like the shape of the Mona Lisa's hands, which they say resemble a certain hand gesture used by the Priory of Sion.
So it's all about connecting the dots, right?
Right.
But what if those dots are just random details that we're kind of interpreting through the lens of our own fascination with secret society?
That's a valid point. We have to be careful not to impose our own narratives onto the artwork.
Right.
It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a good conspiracy theory and start seeing patterns where there might be none.
Right. But let's play devil's advocate for a moment here.
Okay.
Da Vinci was known for his love of symbolism.
Yes.
And his fascination with hidden meanings.
Right.
Isn't it possible that he was intentionally embedding these messages in his work, knowing that only those with the right knowledge would be able to decipher them?
It's certainly possible.
Yeah.
I mean, Da Vinci was a complex and enigmatic figure, right? He was a scientist, an inventor, an artist, and a master of symbolism.
Right.
So it wouldn't be surprising if he did incorporate hidden meanings into his works.
So how do we separate the genuine possibilities from the wild speculation?
Right.
Is there any actual historical evidence to support the claims that Da Vinci was a member of a secret society?
Well, while Da Vinci was a member of several guilds and organizations,
Okay.
there's no concrete evidence to support his involvement in a secret society like the Priory of Sion.
Okay.
In fact, many historians believe that the Priory of Sion, as it's popularly portrayed, is a modern invention, a
Wow.
hoax that was created in the 20th century.
So the Priory of Sion might be more fiction than fact,
Right.
but that doesn't rule out the possibility of other secret societies, right?
True. I mean, there were many other groups and organizations operating in Da Vinci's time,
Right.
some more secretive than others.
Yeah.
So it's certainly possible
Yeah.
that he was a member of one of these groups
Right.
and that his art reflects that involvement.
It's like a giant puzzle, right?
Right.
We're trying to piece it together with missing pieces
Yeah.
and faded instructions.
Exactly.
We may never know for sure whether Da Vinci was a member of a secret society, but the possibility itself
Yeah.
adds another layer of intrigue to the Mona Lisa.
Absolutely. And that's part of what makes these theories so captivating.
Yeah.
They tap into our sense of wonder
Right.
and our desire to uncover hidden truths.
Right.
They invite us to question what we think we know and to consider alternative explanations.
Okay, let's shift gears here
Okay.
and tackle the most outlandish theory of them all.
All right.
Aliens.
Okay.
Some people believe that extraterrestrials played a role in the creation of the Mona Lisa, or that the painting itself contains messages
Right.
from another world.
Well, this theory is certainly the most speculative of all,
Okay.
and it relies heavily on interpreting the painting's imagery
Right.
through a very specific lens.
So, like, the Mona Lisa's enigmatic smile
Yeah.
is actually a coded message from an alien civilization.
Right.
Or maybe Da Vinci was abducted by aliens.
Right.
And they gave him the inspiration for the painting.
Well, the interpretations vary,
Okay.
but the common thread is this belief
Yeah.
that extraterrestrial beings have played a role
Uh-huh.
in human history,
Right.
and that the Mona Lisa is somehow connected
Right.
to this greater cosmic narrative.
I have to admit, I'm struggling to find any logical basis
Right.
for this theory.
I understand.
It just seems like a huge leap to go from the Mona Lisa's smile
Yeah.
to alien intervention.
It is a significant leap,
Yeah.
and one that's not supported by any concrete evidence.
Right.
It's important to remember that these theories often stem from a desire to find meaning in the unknown,
Okay.
to connect seemingly unrelated phenomena, and to create narratives that offer a sense of wonder and mystery.
Like we're projecting our own fascination with the unknown onto the canvas,
Right.
filling in the gaps in our knowledge
Exactly.
with imaginative scenario.
And while it's fun to entertain these possibilities,
Yeah.
it's also important to ground our analysis in evidence,
Yeah.
critical thinking.
Yeah.
We have to be careful not to let our imagination run wild
Right.
and lead us down paths that are unsupported by facts.
So where does that leave us with the alien theory?
Right.
Is it completely debunked, or is there a sliver of possibility,
Right.
however small,
Yeah.
that extraterrestrials might be involved in the Mona Lisa mystery?
Well, I wouldn't say it's completely impossible.
Okay.
After all, we don't know everything about the universe, and there's always the potential for the unexpected.
Right.
But based on the available evidence,
Yeah.
the alien theory is highly unlikely.
It's like that old saying,
Yeah.
extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
Exactly.
And in the case of the Mona Lisa and aliens,
Right.
that extraordinary evidence is simply missing.
Right. And that's something to keep in mind as
Yeah.
we navigate the world of conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
It's easy to get swept up in the excitement of a good story,
Yeah.
but it's important to always ask ourselves,
Yeah.
what's the evidence?
Right.
What are the alternative explanations?
Right.
And am I letting my own biases and preconceptions influence my judgment?
Those are great questions to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Not just when we're talking about the Mona Lisa, but
Right.
in all aspects of life.
Absolutely. Critical thinking is essential in an age of information overload,
Right.
where it's so easy to get lost in a
Yeah.
sea of speculation and misinformation.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground here, from secret societies to
Yeah.
aliens. We've explored the evidence,
Right.
or lack thereof,
Mm-hmm.
and we've considered the psychological and cultural factor that fuel these conspiracy theories.
And through it all, the Mona Lisa continues to smile enigmatically,
Yeah.
inviting us to ponder her secrets and to create our own interpretations.
But there's one more mystery we need to address.
All right.
A theory that goes to the heart of the Mona Lisa's identity.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the woman behind that famous smile?
Right.
Is it Lisa Gherardini, as tradition suggests?
Yeah.
Or could it be someone else entirely?
That's a question that has puzzled art historians and conspiracy theorists alike for centuries.
Right.
And in the next part of our deep dive, we'll explore some of the most compelling alternative theories about the true identity of the Mona Lisa.
Stay tuned, folks. The mystery continues. Okay, so we're back for the final act of our Mona Lisa deep dive. We've tackled the hidden messages, secret societies, even aliens.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're turning our attention to the woman herself.
Right.
Who is she? Is it really Lisa Gherardini, the wife of a Florentine merchant, as most people believe?
Right.
Or could the Mona Lisa be someone else entirely?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's one that has fueled countless theories and debate over the centuries.
Right.
While the Lisa Gherardini theory is widely accepted, it's not without its doubters.
Right.
And those doubts have given rise to some fascinating alternative theories about the true identity of the Mona Lisa.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Right.
Who are the other contenders in this Renaissance mystery?
Well, one of the most intriguing theories suggests that the Mona Lisa is actually a self-portrait of Leonardo da Vinci himself.
Wow.
Disguised as a woman.
Wait, Da Vinci in drag. That's a plot twist I wasn't expecting.
Right.
But I mean, it kind of makes sense, given his reputation for pushing boundaries and challenging conventions.
Exactly. Da Vinci was known for his androgynous appearance.
Right.
And his fascination with blurring the lines between genders in his art. So the idea that he might have painted himself as a woman isn't entirely far-fetched.
But is there any actual evidence to support this theory?
Yeah.
I mean, besides the fact that Da Vinci was, a bit of a rebel.
Well, proponents of this theory, they point to similarities between the facial features of the Mona Lisa and those of Da Vinci as seen in his self-portraits. They argue that the bone structure, the shape in the nose, the eyes, they all align.
So it's like a Renaissance version of those, face swap apps.
Right.
Where you can see if you look like a celebrity.
In a way, yeah. But it goes beyond just superficial resemblance. Supporters of the self-portrait theory, they also delve into Da Vinci's personality and his artistic tendencies. They argue that the Mona Lisa's enigmatic smile, that knowing gaze, it reflects Da Vinci's own complex and enigmatic nature.
It's like he's staring back at us across the centuries.
Right.
I guess to unravel his secrets.
Right.
But what about those who disagree with this theory?
Yeah.
What are their arguments?
Well, skeptics point out that there's no historical documentation to suggest that Da Vinci ever intended to paint himself as a woman. They argue that the similarities between the Mona Lisa and Da Vinci's self-portraits are coincidental. And that the self-portrait theory is based more on speculation than on concrete evidence.
So it's a battle of interpretations with both sides presenting their case and leaving it up to us to decide who we believe.
Exactly. And that's what makes these discussions so fascinating. There's no definitive answer, no single piece of evidence that can settle the debate once and for all. We have to weigh the arguments, consider the possibilities, and ultimately, draw our own conclusions.
So we have Da Vinci as a potential candidate for the Mona Lisa. Are there any other contenders in this identity lineup?
Another theory proposes that the model for the Mona Lisa was actually Caterina da Vinci's mother.
Wow, that's an interesting twist. Painting your mother with that famously enigmatic smile.
Yeah.
It adds a whole new layer of complexity to the interpretation.
It does, doesn't it? Proponents of this theory, they point to the strong bond between Da Vinci and his mother. They suggest that the Mona Lisa's enigmatic smile might reflect a mix of love, longing, and perhaps even a touch of sadness.
It's like Da Vinci is capturing the essence of motherhood, the deep and complex emotions that bind a mother and her child.
Exactly. And there are some visual clues that supporters of this theory point to. They argue that the Mona Lisa's features bear a resemblance to those of Caterina, as described in historical accounts.
But wouldn't there be some historical record of Da Vinci painting his mother? A letter, a diary entry, something?
You would think so.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, The historical record is silent on this matter.
Okay.
We have very little information about Da Vinci's personal life,
Right.
especially his relationship with his mother.
Right.
So the Caterina theory, like the self-portrait theory, remains largely speculative.
So it's back to that idea of filling in the gaps in history with our own interpretations and speculations.
Right. And while we may never know for certain who the woman in the Mona Lisa is, the very act of asking these questions, of exploring these possibilities, it enriches our understanding of the painting and of Da Vinci himself.
It's like we're peeling back the layers of time and trying to glimpse the soul of the artist and his subjects.
And that's what makes art so powerful.
Yeah.
It transcends time and space,
Yeah.
inviting us into a dialogue with the past, challenging us to question our assumptions and sparking our imaginations.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the Mona Lisa and her many mysteries, what's the key takeaway? What do we want our listeners to ponder as they gaze upon that enigmatic smile?
I think the most important thing is to embrace the ambiguity, the mystery that surrounds this iconic painting.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to ask questions, to explore different interpretations, challenge the accepted narrative.
It's like we've been saying throughout this whole deep dive.
Yeah.
The Mona Lisa is a Rorschach test for the soul.
Exactly.
We each see something different in her, something that reflects our own experiences, beliefs, and desires.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of art.
Right.
It's not about finding definitive answers, but about engaging in a dialogue, a conversation that spans centuries and continues to resonate with us today.
So the next time you see the Mona Lisa, whether in person or in a reproduction, take a moment to really look at her.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, who is she? What is she thinking? What secrets does she hold?
And don't be afraid to come up with your own answers, to create your own interpretations.
Right.
After all, the Mona Lisa's mystery is a gift, an invitation to explore the depths of our own imaginations and to connect with the enduring power of art.
Beautifully said. And on that note, we'll wrap up this episode of The Deep Dive. We hope you've enjoyed the journey.
Thanks for joining us. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those thinking caps on. Until next time.